Okay, we'll go ahead and call the Board of Zoning Appeals to order at 5 PM. Roll call.
Chairman Rowe.
Yep, but you gotta start the other end. You're good.
Ms. Curley.
Here.
Mr. Golis. Here. Mr. Reed. Here. Chairman Rowe.
Here. All right, can I get an approval of the October 22nd, 2025 regular meeting minutes?
I'll motion to approve.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Ms. Curley.
Yes.
I believe that was Mr. Golis that second. So Mr. Golis.
Yes.
Mr. Reed.
Yes.
Chairman Rowe.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, before we jump into our first waiver, just want to let everybody know that this is a board of 5. Obviously, we have 4 members here tonight, so you'll have the option, once your waiver request is presented, whether you want to defer till next month when hopefully we have a full board, but there's no guarantees. So if you decide to proceed to go tonight, you'll still need 3 yes votes for your variance to be accepted. And then when I state the variance request, just make sure you step up to the podium, sign in, state your name, address, and then present your case that you want before us, and we'll go from there. Same thing afterwards, I'll ask for anybody to speak for or against the matter. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. Our first waiver is W1771-25, waiver of ordinance 084-2024, section 1155.093B2 relating to short-term rentals. Location is 5171 Bay Shore Road. The applicant owner is Michelle Yandel Young. So just make sure you're signed in, state your name, address, and then give us a little bit of background on what you're looking for with your variance.
Okay. So my name is Michelle Yandel Young. I live my home is at 5171 Bay Shore Road. Currently, I reside in the city of Seneca. I'm at Republic, or the county of Seneca. I'm in Republic City. I bought my house a few years ago. Eventually, I met my now husband. He has younger children that are still in high school, which is why I chose to move in. Instead of disrupting their lives, I moved in with them. Ideally, we want to keep the home, and we want to move back in for retirement purposes and keep that as a retirement home. So it didn't sit vacant during that time frame. We decided to do an Airbnb, which we've been doing for a couple of years now. We weren't aware that there was a change in the laws or regulations. So until I got the letter, I didn't know I needed to live in the city of Oregon. I was already residing somewhere else. So it's asking for a waiver from the board just to continue with the current situation we have, keeping people through there. I also work here in Perrysburg. My husband works in Fremont, so we are still local, and we come in several times a week sometimes. So I'm just asking for a waiver under those pretenses.
What is the timeline before you plan to occupy the residence?
Fully, I'm looking at a couple of years. I've got one that's a senior, so he's graduating next year. He's going into the Army, or the Navy rather, if everything goes well. He's just enlisting right now. But we have another son that is in Tiffin University, so he's still at home. And then after those, after they move out, basically, we would be able to move residencies.
So the year 26 and 27, and then ideally you'd be back here by 28. Is that what you're? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. You have anything?
Mr. Chair, because the owner is looking to move here upon retirement, and they have, prior to this ordinance, operated as a short-term rental, and we have not received any complaints from this department from this property in that time. Building and Zoning Department has no objections to the request for variance, provided the date of moving into the residence is confirmed, which I believe you said is 2028.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions from the board? Anybody else here to speak for or against the matter? All right, so just do the same thing, step up to the podium, make sure you're signed in, and state your name and address, and then feel free to speak.
Yes, my name's Terry Patchen. Right now, I live at 5153 Nader Drive. I'm also co-owner of the adjoining property of 2016 East Lane and the vacant lot that is on Bay Shore. Have no objections to what the people want to do. They've been renting it out. They've been taking care of the place real good. The only problem we've had since they've been renting it out is some of the renters think that the lot that is vacant next to them is a parking lot. We've had to go out a couple times and ask people to move their cars and not park in the grass. We give them permission for the kids to play in the vacant lot. I also have a pier that goes out behind my house. People like to walk out and look at the water. I have no objections, but I've had problems. In the past year, there was a group that was renting their house. There was another part of that group that was also renting a one down by the Bay Shore Supper Club. My wife and I were out at the end of the pier in the evening relaxing, and the next thing I know, we got 13, 14 people out there with kids, thinking that it's public property and they can just go out and do what they want to do. I've had a couple other times when the renters would go out. Majority of them go out, they're good, they take pictures and stuff. This one time, I looked out the window, there's kids out there running on my dock where it's not safe. And I started out to go tell the parents that, hey, the kids can't do that and this kind of stuff. Before I could get out there, one of the boys started picking up stones, which kids do. They like to throw stuff in the water. And that's one of my rules. If you talk to the neighborhood kids, they know they don't go out on my pier and throw stones, because they start out with a little one, and then I got a whole bunch of number 2 stones. I think some of you people know what a number 2 stone is, and they're picking them up and seeing how far they can throw them. And I got kind of upset. I told the kid, I says, hey, my grandkids and kids swim on the east side of that pier. It's nice and sandy. I got a set of steps going down off the pier so they can get into the water. I says, take your shoes off, get down in that water and find that stone you threw in. And the dad got kind of upset because I told him that. He says, well, I looked it up on Google and this is public property. I says, no, it's private property. The street coming down here is public, but the pier is private property. And this has happened a few times. My only concern is I don't know. My sister's talked to the lady, and she says she has a book that tells the people what they're allowed to do and not do. I would just, some way or another, make sure that the people that are renting it know where they're allowed to go. And I won't deny anybody access. I've even gone up when I've seen kids and people with kids there. I get on a golf cart and I ride up and I say, hey, if you guys want to go out on the pier, this is fine, but this is the rules. Kids without parents with them have to have life jackets, and there's no throwing of any type of stone or anything. And so this is my biggest concern. Other than that, they've been great neighbors. Before they got married, they were working on the roof. I loaned him some safety equipment so he could tie off on the roof so I didn't have to worry about somebody falling off. Because I had 37 years on Oregon Fire Department, so I know what it's like to pick people up. So that's our biggest concern. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else here to speak for or against the matter? All right. For that, I would entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I can do a motion to approve with conditions that, I don't know know if we want to make it 2028 residency. And that, I was gonna say that there was no complaints or no poor activity within that time frame.
I'll support.
Roll call.
Ms. Curley,
Yes.
Mr. Golis,
Yes.
Mr. Reed,
Yes.
Chairman Rowe.
Yes. All right, you guys are all set. Maybe you two talk, put down in your book the rules, neighborhood rules.
I don't know if I'm out of order for this, I apologize. We also have it on Airbnb, if you guys go look at the house. It also states that, go to the lake, you look out of the public.
Sure.
Boat dock or the other way, everything behind us is all private. It's
Sure.
listed in that saying also. So we are trying to do
Yep.
what we can for them.
I mean,
Okay.
can a sign be put up that says, you know,
I put a private property sign down on my side of the road, just short of where the driveway turns behind my house. I put a private, and there's some people pay attention to it, and like the one gentleman said, I looked on Google, and it's private property.
yeah, well, that's, people don't understand Google, but I mean, maybe putting one right at the entry to the dock.
I thought about that, my wife and I have talked about it, I got a concrete, I had to put some support there because of the northeast winds. And I got a solid concrete walkway that goes all the way out. At the very beginning of it, I'm gonna make a permanent sign with rules and regulations.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful. I mean, it's a shame you have to do it, but you guys can't, you know, people are people.
I'm willing to, they put in their booklet that if anybody wants to go out on the pier and stuff, put my name and phone number and call and get permission.
There you go.
Also, maybe it might be helpful if you have like a diagram or an aerial and you actually, just to say it, people don't understand.
Yeah.
So if they can visually see that, then they know, oh, you know, I'm not allowed to do that. People are still going to go ahead and ignore everything that you may put down. But as you know, this is an annual renewal, and if we receive a lot of credible complaints, then that could put your license in jeopardy.
Maybe like a Google map with maybe a couple photos to kind of, because people don't always understand Google either, so might be helpful.
All right. Yep.
Michelle and I have already talked about this before, because I live on the property where the people park the cars. When you said that you have to book and stuff, I've had a few of these people, because I'll just come out and, you know, say hi and stuff like that, and, I'll tell them something, and they'll say, oh, I didn't know that. They don't, like.
They don't read it, yeah.
They don't read the book. And I'm just thinking, you know, maybe like on the fence side, where there used to be a fence, we could just make some kind of a thing that says, this is not, yeah, this is not this property. Something like that, yeah.
Hot pink paper, hot bright yellow.
All right. You guys are all set.